It is able to wonder. It might also additionally wonder you to analyze that consuming the incorrect sort of nuts on an everyday foundation can growth your chance of cardiovascular disorder through up to 48%, especially if you're an older person. That determined makes if you feel it's far based on research that had been executed over a quantity of years and posted with inside the magazine of the American College of Cardiology. The horrifying component, a sure not unusual list nuts discovered in kitchen shelves have the ability to subtly boost blood pressure, result in irritation, hinder arteries, and doubtlessly get worse cognitive impairment. Many seniors but consume them due to the fact they accept as true if they may be nutritious. One specific nut, whose identification will be disclosed later, has been related increased degrees of a chemical that if fed on regularly can harm your kidneys, liver, and mind. This nut, which low-carb diet regularly declares wholesome, is probable already for your snack jar, but it is able to be completely harming getting older bodies. However, do not worry. This video has you covered. The maximum thorough manual to nut consuming may be discovered right here in conjunction with information on which nuts are most secure. Coronary heart healthiest and mind healthiest as nicely as which of them you ought to absolutely keep away from. Moreover, make certain to read via to the realization due to the fact there is a sinister reality, approximately the maximum deadly nut, that now no longer many humans speak approximately, and it is able to be sincerely harming your health without you understanding it. Earlier than we begin, please like and enroll in our channel. Like this one, inform us wherein you are watching from with inside. The feedback is nicely, right? Here are the 4 types of nuts that seniors ought to consume without in addition. I do. Fourth, the powerhouse that strengthens bones. Almonds, due to their excessive calcium and nutrition E content material, which work collectively to keep wholesome bones. Almonds are among the best food for an getting older frame. As we age, our bones become extra porous and fragile, through nature growing the chance of significant troubles from fractures. After age 65, herbal bone loss hurries up. However, eating simply a 4 cup of almonds daily can assist sluggish it down through imparting approximately 97 mg of calcium. Almonds include magnesium, a nutrient that many elderly folks lack. Similarly to calcium, this is the different nice of almonds as a transporter. Magnesium maintains calcium from clogging your arteries and instead makes it attain your bones, because the chance of cardiovascular disorder rises with age. The coronary heart advantages from almonds: good monounsaturated fat, which additionally assists decreased terrible LDL levels of cholesterol. I suggest elders to consume 15 to 20 almonds a day, ideally uncooked or dry roasted without salt because of their excessive fiber content material. Round 3. 5 grams in line with serving. Almonds are a great device for preventing constipation, which affects approximately 40% of the elderly populace. Above, crucial studies from Tufts University has confirmed that almonds can assist defend mind cells from oxidative harm, which many humans worry will arise. They age big almonds, which have their skins on due to the fact they incorporate flavonoids that, once paired with nutrition, double the antioxidant hobby of the nuts. Warning: make careful to very well chew almonds earlier than consuming due to the fact they might be a choking chance for older people who've swallowing difficulties. Thirdly, walnuts, a nut that enhances intellectual overall performance. Walnuts stand out as one of the greatest mind ingredients for seniors due to their remarkable resemblance to the mind, the organ they nourish. In comparison to different not unusualist nuts, those wonderful nuts are the best supply of alpha-linolenic acid, a plant primarily based totally omega-3 fatty acid, given that omega-3 fatty acids support neurotransmission and hold the integrity of mind-molecular membranes, is specifically critical for older adults' brains. And lined with a current, have a look at with inside the Journal of Nutrition. Seniors who ate up simply 1/5 ounce of walnuts in line with day 4 8 weeks, proven significant enhancements in intellectual flexibility and cognitive processing velocity. The unique polyphenolic compounds discovered in walnuts may also save you the onset of neurodegenerative ailments, such as dementia and Alzheimer's via way of means of directly lowering irritation in neural tissues and piercing the blood-mind barrier. Many human beings are unaware that walnuts additionally incorporate melatonin, and as human beings age, their melatonin degrees regularly decrease. That can motivate sleep troubles for many aged human beings earlier than going to mattress. Human beings find out that consuming a handful of walnuts improves their first class of sleep. Walnuts also are excellent for cardiovascular fitness due to the fact they encompass polyphenols, which lessen oxidative strain, and arginine, an amino acid that helps blood vessel function clearly via way of means of supporting the aged hold the power in their arteries. Walnuts can enhance the effectiveness of blood medications. Attempt to consume 7 or 9 halves of walnuts every day for max benefits and shop them with inside the fridge to save you their sensitive oils from going rancid. Moreover, you can hold your fine motor via way of means of practicing them whenever you get the opportunity. Walnuts' evidently shielding flavor should not deter you. Clearly, they're robust and indicated via way of means of the mild bitterness. Second, consuming pistachios can assist you manipulate your blood stress. Pistachios might be the maximum underappreciated, not on the subject of the fitness advantages for seniors, specifically in phrases of blood stress law due to their excessive potassium content material. Approximately 285 milligrams in line with serving in coffee salt content material. Pistachios are a unique and wholesome snack desire, as it helps hold the kidneys from amassing salt as we age. This mineral stability is specifically critical for the aged. Like different prescribed drugs, it may also lessen systolic blood stress via way of means of 3 to 5 factors, however without the unfavorable facet consequences. Pistachios, lutein, and zeaxanthin have to additionally be emphasized, because via way of means of focusing at the macula of the eye, those carotenoids shield towards age associated macular degeneration, which is the #1 motive of imaginative and loss in human beings over 60. Seniors do not have to fear approximately different, tougher nuts damaging their tooth and gums, even as still playing the scrumptious crunch of pistachios. Antioxidants feature inexperienced and red hues aren't simplest visually attractive. However, in addition they assist fight free radicals which boost up the frames getting older. Process. Aged human beings advantage an awful lot from pistachios because of their usefulness. Shelling them clearly slows down intake, stopping overeating and offering a considerate ingesting revelin that may be calming and stimulating for cognitive feature in step with the International Journal of Obesity. Seniors can higher modify their consumption by the use of the plain empty shells as a visible cue of intake. Search for half-open pistachios so you can also additionally, nonetheless, advantage from shelling them. Even when you have arthritis on your hands, attempt to eat 49 pistachios, or around 1 ounces of unsalted or mildly salted pistachios each day. The 3g of fiber in line with ounce of pistachios is highly useful for controlling blood sugar. Stages for the 25% of Americans over 65 who have diabetes or First area, Brazil nuts. An answer for thyroid issues we gave. Brazil nuts top honors due to the fact they help thyroid. Feature a vital, however, occasionally unnoticed issue of healthful getting older, the exceptional recognized meals. Supply of selenium is those extremely good nuts which comprise 96 micrograms or 137% of your daily requirement in a unmarried nut. This is vital, seeing that as much as 20% of human beings over 65 be afflicted by thyroid abnormalities, and lots of instances of those situations go undiagnosed due to the fact their signs are often harassed with the ones of getting older. Brazil nuts are a fantastic supply of selenium that's vital for thyroid hormone activation, which helps energy manufacturing, metabolism, and mood law. The unique fatty acids in Brazil nuts now no longer simplest assist the thyroid, however additionally keep myelin, the protective masking that surrounds nerve cells, and often deteriorates with age. The Myelin maintenance can also additionally assist seniors keep their reflexes, response instances, and cognitive processing speeds as compared to artificial selenium drugs. The selenium determined in Brazil nuts is extra readily to be had and simpler in your frame to use because of its natural link. Brazil nuts have a wealthy, creamy texture that makes even a small quantity enjoyable, and they may be so powerful which you simplest want a handful to revel in their benefits in truth, due to the dangerous effects of an excessive amount of selenium. I propose that elders consume a couple of, or two, Brazil nuts each day. Search for Brazil nuts, which are nonetheless of their shells. When you buy groceries, the vitamins are retained for an extended quantity of time by this herbal packing due to their excessive fats content material. They have to be stored in the fridge. To save you spoiling, Brazil nuts are a further advantage for aged folks that revel in constipation due to their fiber and herbal oils, which assist to preserve digestive regularity. Due to their obviously candy and buttery tastes, they're an excellent opportunity to much less dietary treats, which many older humans locate comforting in step with the maximum startling new studies, positive antioxidants in Brazil. Nuts may also gradual the caps on chromosomes that normally shorten with age and thereby have an effect on cell growing older. Those nuts are perfect in case you are 65 years of age or older. Will communicate approximately nuts. This new phase, which a few seniors may also need to keep away from or eat sparingly. Inflammatory cause quantity for peanuts, regardless of their ubiquitous use. Many older adults have problem with peanuts due to the fact of the dangers they offer. First of all, you must be conscious that peanuts are not sincerely nuts. They're legumes that are grown underground. This makes them smooth objectives for mold and aflatoxins that are mycotoxins, produced obviously with the aid of using a few molds that have taken repeatedly, can harm the liver and lift the chance of cancer. This chance will increase as we age, given that our body's detoxifying structures invariably grow to be much less efficient. The reality that peanuts consist of proteins that could cause inflammatory reactions in positive humans, even with inside the absence of a real allergic reaction, is even greater concerning for the aged. Joint A cardiovascular strain and cognitive decline are already greater, not unusualist in older adults. This mild infection can exacerbate all three in assessment to the anti-inflammatory omega-FAT. Americans presently ingest an excessive quantity of omega-6 fatty acids. This issue is exacerbated with the aid of using peanuts' excessive omega-6 content material. Due to the fact peanuts include vitamin K, many medical doctors fail to tell their aged sufferers approximately the potentially lethal interplay among peanuts and blood thinners, like wherein commercial peanut butters exacerbate those issues for growing older cardiovascular structures with the aid of using, including sugars, hydrogenated oils, and greater sodium. There may be already lots to fear. Approximately, for the 63% of American seniors who have hypertension, even without greater salt, herbal peanut butter has the capability to elevate blood pressure. Any other trouble is that fallacious storage reasons peanuts to head rancid and release dangerous unfastened radicals. A substance that could have cognitively unfavorable results is also produced at some stage in the habitual commercial dry roasting of peanuts. For the ones who are already concerned, approximately reminiscence loss that is in particular concerning switching to certainly considered. One among our endorsed nuts, even for best 3 days every week, can help you get the vitamins you want while decreasing your publicity to those risky compounds, even in case you've been ingesting peanuts on a normal basis without experiencing any visible poor results. 3. Cashews. The sugar spike that isn't without delay noticeable due to their excessive carbohydrate content material and glycemic impact. Cashews are mainly risky for aged humans in comparison to real tree nuts. Cashews have loads extra carbohydrates, approximately 9 g, in keeping with ounce and less fiber protecting compounds in humans over 6. Approximately 25% have diabetes and 48% have prediabetes. They will be afflicted by a blood sugar reaction because of this, given the favorable fitness recognition of cashews that is very regarding. Many older humans overindulge in nuts without thinking about the ability effect on their blood Sugar ranges cashews provide a choking risk because of their easy and curved form, which ought to now no longer be ignored, mainly via way of means of the ones who have swallowing difficulties. Amongst aged, there are additionally one in every of the maximum aspirated nuts, due to the fact cashews incorporate a variety of oxalates, which are molecules which can bind to calcium in the intestines and decrease calcium absorption. They are now no longer very nutritious, good-sized trouble for older adults who are already at threat for osteoporosis. Those equal oxalates significantly decorate the threat of kidney stones for those who are already at a better threat of having them past the age of 60. The processing of cashews has an additional hidden trouble, the lengthy processing needed to extract uracil, a poisonous substance additionally found in poison ivy reasons cashews to lose a good-sized part of their dietary fee. Many store-bought variations are overly salted in oil, roasted, including sodium and dangerous fats which can exacerbate heartburn, and excessive bloodstream enzyme inhibitors found in cashews may also make it extra tough to digest proteins for aged those who frequently conflict to digest meals and take in protein on their personal. That is mainly troublesome. A variety of humans are blind to this. The creamy texture of cashews, which makes them clean too. Overeat can be a component in weight advantage in the course of a level of lifestyles. When preserving a wholesome weight becomes extra tough, often update cashews with walnuts or almonds for a more healthy snack that has higher dietary traits and gives fewer dangers to growing old bodies. No matter their scrumptious flavor, macadamia nuts are a critical fitness situation to the aged because of their surprisingly excessive calorie density, with nearly 200 energy in keeping with ounce. They're the maximum calorie-dense nut at the market. The already difficult undertaking of coping with weight within inside the aged is made even extra traumatic via way of means of the truth that metabolic quotes continually decline with age. They've an incredibly excessive fat content material, approximately 22 g, in keeping with ounce, which similarly reduces the gallbladder's already decreased effectiveness. The 15% of seniors who've asymptomatic gallstones might not note them broadly speaking. However, can trigger painful bouts aside from their excessive calorie content material. Macadamia have one in every of the very best quantities of saturated fats, 3g, in keeping with ounce, which could boom LDL cholesterol, a situation for lots older adults. They constitute a good-sized threat to the oral fitness of aged humans with crowns, bridges, or fragile tooth due to their density and hardness for human beings over 65, whilst tooth deteriorates from pudon and reduced calcium absorption. That is especially troublesome. Macadamias are the various priciest nuts in phrases of practicality, which may also lead seniors who are looking their finances to pick out much less high-priced kinds, which might be much more likely to be rancid or improperly saved, exposing them to greater harmful oxidized lipids. Commercially accessible macadamia already got a poor dietary profile, and their excessive salinization and oil roasting upload greater sodium and broken lipids. Their rich buttery tastes may also motive overindulgence, particularly in aged adults who prefer more potent flavors and might have much less state-of-the-art palates. Even though studies at the benefits of nuts for heart fitness has in most cases neglected or minimized the impact of high-fat nuts like macadamia, it's miles regarding that. Many older people devour them with inside the mistaken perception that they're accurate for their hearts. If you've been consuming macadamia on each day foundation, you would possibly need to think approximately switching to pistachios due to the fact they have got a far extra dietary profile. This is especially suitable for growing old bodies. The primary are pine tree nuts for several motives, which might be particularly intense for the aged pine nuts. Remedy disruptor are the various maximum problematic nuts for them. It's miles extraordinarily troubling, due to the fact they include compounds that have interaction with over 60% of the medicines written for aged sufferers. as this may want to probably lessen the effectiveness of those medicines or bring about terrible aspect consequences. It's miles widely recognized that many prescription medicines can have interaction with any other. However, that is especially true for blood stress, medstatins, positive antidepressants which might be administered to sufferers over 65A. Extreme caution signal is that majority of physicians and pharmacists in no way talk the opportunity of food and remedy interactions with their sufferers. The maximum regarding is pine nut infection, which leads to a harsh steel flavor that may linger for weeks after consumption. Given the hyperlink among flavor modifications and reduced urge for food and dietary fame, this will appear inconsequential. However, for older folks, it could have fatal consequences. Studies suggest that as much as 42% of human beings affected enjoy a significant lower in frame weight. The infection seems to be greater conventional in older adults, which will be associated with modifications in flavor receptors and detoxification pathways that include age. Polyunsaturated fat, which can be abundant in pine nuts, have the potential to oxidize swiftly and convey inflammatory compounds. Seniors who are already coping with inflammatory situations like arthritis may also locate this regarding due to their small length and slippery texture. Aspiration may also develop that is particularly regarding for aged humans who've swallowing problems or who take mouth-drying medicines, which impacts over 70% of seniors who take more than one prescription pills. Protein digestion can be hampered through the enzyme inhibitors in pine nuts. Despite the fact that the body's capability to soak up proteins obviously declines with age because of their excessive oil content material and use in pesto, that's their maximum popular culinary use. Pine nuts are calorie-dense meals that may exacerbate weight control troubles, which can be typical after the age of 65. The principal motive of imaginative impression loss in the aged age. Associated macular degeneration can be multiplied through compounds located in unique forms of pine nuts. According to alarming new studies, you should keep away from those 4 nuts after the age of 65. A person's nutritional choices on which nuts to consume and which to keep away from can have a tremendous effect on their health, power, and cognitive characteristic. As they age, final, however, now no longer least recollect that, over the years, even small modifications applied continually yield large effects. Now is your second to talk. Is there evidence that nutritional changes like including or disposing of precise nuts have an effect on your health? Inform me which nut modified your lifestyles. The maximum earlier than we start. Please allow me realize where you're coming from today. Please sense unfastened to invite any questions you could have and depart a remark below. Recollect to click on the subscribe button and allow notifications so that you don't leave out any of Senior Health's pinnacle health advice. And I need to realize whether or not you are with me in case you are now looking. If this video resonates with you, kind one in the feedback segment. If now no longer kind in the feedback field, proportion your thoughts and anecdotes. We have